If you're planning a wedding, then it's likely you are asking, how much does it cost to hire a wedding DJ? And today we're going to talk about a couple of factors that are involved in making that decision. I'm going to give you a couple of averages that you can expect to pay. And then finally, a couple of questions that you can ask the DJs that you are interviewing to be the wedding DJ at your wedding. So let's get into it. The first factor that I want to talk about is what your local market is. It really depends on where you're getting married. If you're getting married in a very big metropolitan area or a place that is expensive to live in, you can expect to pay up for services involved in that area. Like I have friends that DJ in LA, they DJ in New York City, or they DJ in Miami, Florida, and their prices are completely different than mine based on the local market that they're in and based on their experience that they have in that local market. So that's a factor. If you are hiring a DJ that is from outside of your city, then maybe you could expect to pay a little bit more, or the prices that they're used to getting in their local market as opposed to your local market as well. I know here in Northwest Arkansas, I actually just did a Google search and I was like, how much does it cost to hire a wedding DJ in Northwest Arkansas? And Google gave me so many options. I saw prices from $300 to $500 to $2,800. And, for us at Ozark Mix, it really depends on what, your wedding is going to look like, which we're going to talk about here in a second. But for us, we land in the average price of around $1,695 to $2,200. And that just depends on what you're getting for your wedding, which we're going to talk about. But you can expect to pay, if someone is really good and they've been doing weddings for a long time, you are absolutely going to pay anywhere between $1,400 and $3,000 and upwards sometimes of $3,500, depending on where you live. So your local market has a lot to do with that decision. So take that into consideration when making that decision. The second factor that you want to think about is, what services do you want this DJ to provide? What services are you needing? Do you need ceremony audio? Do you need a mic for the officiant? Do you need to be able to have your ceremony outside? Is your ceremony going to be in the same space as your reception? Those are things that factor in. The services that you need are very important in this decision. The second thing is do you need lighting? Maybe do you need dance floor lighting? Do you need the DJ to provide up lighting throughout the venue where they place light along the walls and push that light up the walls? Do you want a couple of extra microphones so that you can do toasts? And do you need cocktail hour services? Do you need a separate sound system in a different location so that cocktail services can be done there and then you move into a reception space? Those are all factors that you're going to need to consider when hiring a wedding DJ. If you need all of those things, then it's likely you're going to want to choose a DJ team that can accommodate all of that stuff. You want to be able to walk into a DJ team and say, hey, I need the all-in-one package. Around here with Ozark Mix, we have several packages. One is like a reception only. One is like a full scale. We bring a dance floor and all this crazy stuff. But the thing that most people do is the one that's right in the middle, and that is called our Ozark package. It includes ceremony, it includes cocktail hour, it includes reception of up to 5 hours, which brings me to the next piece of the services, is how long do you need the DJ for? If they're going to be there from the start of ceremony to the end of the reception, you're looking at 5 to 6, maybe even 7 hours of that DJ's time. And some DJs are going to charge by the hour, and some DJs are going to have wedding packages. For us at Ozark Mix, it's all about the packages. We want to keep it as simple as possible. So for us, it's ceremony, cocktail, reception, all costs right around that $1,800 mark. Now, again, Your local market depends on that. If you're somewhere else, it might be a little bit more. So make sure you understand what services you're looking for the DJ to provide. Finally, and this is a huge one. This is, I don't know if I can emphasize this any more than what I want to emphasize it right now. It really depends on the experience that the DJ has in DJing weddings when it affects pricing. For us, y'all, I'm gonna show you what it looked like when Ozark Mix cost $300. This is what it looked like when Ozark Mix cost $300. It looked like it cost $300, and I'm not joking you. This right here, what you're seeing on the screen right now, is what it looked like when I did a wedding for $300. And it was bad. That's the way it looked. But you know what? We had a good time, and that fit the budget of the couple. Now, things have changed a ton since then, and this is what our setups look like now, and this is why we charge what we charge. The experience that we have now, being in the business for a long time, really has affected what our setups look like, the equipment that we choose, the type of equipment that we use, the look that we want. It's all about experience. And you know what? I charge a premium rate because I've been involved with hundreds of weddings now, and I've experienced thousands of different experiences and had to make really fast real-time adjustments so that the wedding didn't fall apart. Okay, and so that goes into the pricing that I place inside of our packages, because all of our teams are trained just like I have learned, and I've trained them to do that. So the thing that you want to ask inside of this experience factor is, how long has this DJ been doing weddings? And you know, there's a big difference in being a DJ at a club or a party and being a DJ at a wedding. And I'm not meaning mixing capability. I'm not even thinking about any musicality thing at all. I'm thinking about the factors that are involved with being an MC, with speaking with confidence, with working with other people that are involved with the event. There are so many factors that are involved and experience with that. And so what you want to do is you want to factor in the experience of the person. And I'm going to give you a couple of questions that you can ask the DJs that you are interviewing for your wedding. The first one is may I see a picture or a photo or a video of the most recent setup that you did at a wedding? This, you guys, is going to give you so much information about the DJ that you're interviewing. When you see this photo, you want to look for cables running everywhere. You want to see if it's clean. You want to look at the color of the setup. You want to look at how large the speakers are, to be honest with you. Do they look slick, or are they just these big, bulky things that are going to create this distraction? You really want to look at the streamlines, the lines of the setup. Those are factors. They really are, because if you're trying to create an elegant atmosphere and then you've got a DJ that's in the corner that's got just this like rat's nest of cables and there's just stuff coming everywhere, it's super distracting, and I promise you it's going to show up in your photos. So that's the first thing that you want to look at. You want to say, hey, can you show me a photo of your most recent setup? It's going to tell you a whole lot. The second thing is you want to ask, how many weddings have you performed in the last year? It's going to give you a big time indicator of just how much experience this DJ has with weddings in general. You know what? When I first started, everybody, had to start somewhere. When I first started, people would ask me this question, and I just had to be honest with them. I had to say, I've only done like 2 or 3 weddings. And that's why our pricing is reflecting the way it is, And so those are things that I had to do. But now when someone asks me that, they're like, how many weddings have you performed in the last year? Then I could say, 60, our team did over 200. I mean, those are things like that. I'm not trying to flex. I'm just trying to say, like, this is all we do. And when someone asks us a question like, how often do you do weddings? I'm confident in saying, this is all we do. This is what we love to do. We've been involved in, so many weddings over the last couple of years. You can feel confident if you hire us that we're going to do a great job. And so that's something that you want to factor in. And the final question that you want to ask, and this is so important, this is probably the most important one, is how much familiarity do you have with the venue that I am choosing? It's likely that when you're looking for a wedding DJ, you've already chosen your wedding venue. And so for us, when we have couples that jump on our Zoom calls and want to talk to us about their wedding, they let us know what venue they're getting married in, and we can offer expert tips as to what the setup might want to look like, or we can offer tips of, hey, this is what this venue has done in the past for us. This is what this venue is notorious for. Like, these are some factors that you want to consider in getting married outside at this venue. Those are things that we're able to offer our clients that are invaluable to them. They just like breathe a sigh of relief when they know that the DJ that they're hiring has familiarity with the venue that they are in. Your wedding venue likely has a preferred vendor list. Now, you're going to get a lot of things involved with that. There's certain markets out there where preferred vendor lists are actually like paid advertisement. But around here in Northwest Arkansas, I'm just speaking for our local market, they're absolutely not. They're really preferred vendor lists are like golden. They are what the venue is familiar with. They're vendors that they love, that they like to work with. Most of the time, those vendors have insurance, event insurance, so you can rest easy and be confident that you have chosen the right vendor for you if you choose someone off of that preferred vendor list. It's just something that you want to consider when choosing your wedding DJ. Listen, I hope that all these things have helped you. We've put together a bunch of videos for wedding ceremonies, wedding receptions. You're going to see them roll right now. We want to help you plan the best wedding possible. So check us out, and we'll see you in the next video.